turn to our last but not least guest speaker, Alessandro Martinatto. ARISE Plus Indonesia is a technical assistance program that collaborates closely with the government of Indonesia in several areas of trade and investment. Alessandro, can you tell us how ARISE Plus will help bringing sustainability-focused bankable projects to fruition, notably in the energy transition-related projects?
Multiple actors are involved through the different stages of the investment process, from the early stages involving the identification of opportunities in the different regions, in the different areas of Indonesia, through to articulating and conceptualizing these projects, all the way through to structuring the investments and organizing finance. And these actors include the European Investment Bank, bilateral financial institutions, European investors in the form of energy and EPC companies, as well as European banks. And of course, here in Indonesia, we have the different government stakeholders, the Ministry of Investment, because of obviously their mandate, but also because of their investment promotion role. The Ministry of Planning, BAPENAS, as they host the PPP Joint Secretariat. And then only in the last couple of years, we have now programs that did not even exist before, and now they become very prominent, such as the Global Gateway Initiative, the European Fund for Sustainable Development, and the JETP. So clearly there are many stakeholders that are involved. And it is critical to have a good degree of coordination, of collaboration among these stakeholders to make sure that these opportunities do not just stay as opportunities, but actually they materialize, they become concrete, bankable, and investable projects. So we've been working very closely in partnership with the Ministry of Investment to develop an Indonesia-EU investment attraction plan. Now, the overall objective of the plan is very much to align the strengths that are present here in Indonesia in terms of investment offerings, in terms of investment opportunities, to the strengths that are present in the European Union in terms of innovative investors, clusters, and centers of excellence, as we believe that this alignment will bring benefits to both economies. Now, without going into the details, but the plan very much focuses on two macro areas. One is energy transition, and the other area is digitalization and digital infrastructure. So this is all obviously very relevant. Now, in practical terms, in concrete terms, the objective then of this plan through its implementation is to provide support to the different actors, to the different stakeholders in the various stages of the investment process, which means, at the early stages, working with the Minister of Investment, working with the Minister of Planning to help identify investable projects in the different regions of Indonesia, work with them to articulate these opportunities, develop the business case and the project fundamentals and the technical details, and then bring these opportunities, these project opportunities, to the attention of the various stakeholders, including the bilateral financial institutions, including the European investors. And then, of course, also working with the government of Indonesia, and in particular with the Ministry of Investment, to help identify European investors that would have a strong fit with these opportunities, and they could well be interested to invest in these opportunities, and therefore establish a link and put them in contact with the European investors. Now, of course, we know that there are already many European investors that are already present in Indonesia. Some of them are already invested, and others are sitting idle. They are just waiting for these opportunities to come live, to become concrete and material for them to step in. So, this support involves very much delivering a hands-on, tailored approach to the various stakeholders based on their needs and their characteristics.
Thank you very much. Considering the Indonesia-EU Investment Attraction Plan just mentioned as a collaborative effort between Indonesia and the EU, could you share your thoughts on the potential role of the EU and its various programs in supporting the implementation of projects in the energy transition in the country?
Sure. The EU and their programs would play and will play a very important role in the various stages of the implementation afterwards, because at the core of the support that I described earlier is very much relaunching, re-establishing a EU desk embedded in BKPM, the Ministry of Investment. The EU desk is meant to be an investment facilitation service to very much provide support to new and existing European investors in Indonesia through the different stages. So supporting investors who are just exploring Indonesia as an investment opportunity, to investors who have decided and decide to invest in Indonesia and therefore provide concrete support like site selection, like operational setup and various types of post-establishment support. And as I say, it's about relaunching the EU desk, because I should say that the European Union already had a desk within BKPM a few years ago, and it proved a successful exercise. So it's a matter of revising and expanding the mandate of the EU desk, so to provide support not only to the European investors but also to the other stakeholders that I described earlier, and really to reflect the reality of these programs that are so prominent, so important now: Global Gateway, the European Fund for Sustainable Development, and the JETP.
Thank you, Alessandro. We're also curious about the timeline. When can we anticipate the finalization of the Indonesia EU Investment Attraction Plan, especially in the context of advancing Indonesia's energy transition initiatives? And what actions are you planning to take to ensure that this plan does not remain only on paper as an academic exercise?
We are in the final stages of finalizing the plan, and we will be completing it by the end of the year, and therefore we will be consulting with the key government stakeholders, and the objective is then to present it and launch it at a public event by the end of the first quarter of next year. All the information is on our website, which you can Google. It's ARISE Plus Indonesia, and then there is a section dedicated to the investment attraction plan. You can see all the work that has been done in terms of focus group discussions and meetings that we held, and therefore the timeline from now until completion. I think what it will be very critical then afterwards, it will be, to answer your question now, is really the implementation and to ensure that there is a good degree of collaboration with the various stakeholders. And I believe that this EU desk at BKPM will be very critical to ensure the success of it.